So today we are going to learn about the respiratory system. Have you ever wondered that how do we breathe? I know, we breathe with the help of our respiratory system. Now, what is the mechanism of respiratory system? How do it work? So let us know about it. Firstly, you can see a diagram which is showing you how the respiratory system works. So now let's understand its mechanism. Firstly, whenever we breathe through our nostrils or through our mouths. Okay, so when we breathe through our nostrils, the air reaches the nasal chamber. We can say it nasal chamber or we can say it nasal cavity, both the same. Okay, so when it reaches the nasal chamber, it starts flowing down. So when it flows down, it reaches the pharynx, and pharynx is a common passage for food and air. Pharynx is a common passage for food and air. So what will happen if the food reaches the respiratory system? That's why pharynx have a partition. Whenever the food is going down, the partition gets closed. Then the food reaches the digestive system. And whenever the air is going down, the partition gets opened. Then the air goes to the respiratory system, towards the respiratory system. Okay, so after pharynx, there comes an organ named larynx. Now larynx is we can say in simple words, it is called vocal cord, or we can say voice box. In simple word, we say it voice box. So after larynx, there comes a pipe, we can say it windpipe, or we can say it trachea. So trachea is about 12 centimeter long. So 12 centimeter long trachea goes ahead and gets divided into two branches, and these branches are called bronchi. So these branches go inside the lungs, and after going inside both the lungs, left and right lung, they get divided into many branches. So these branches are called bronchioles because they are part of bronchi. And on these bronchioles, there are bubble-like structures, and these bubble-like structures are called alveoli. So alveoli is the actual site where the exchange of gases occur. So when the oxygen reaches the alveoli, the blood capillaries which have surrounded the alveoli or we can say they exchange the carbon dioxide in the blood with the oxygen in the alveoles. They take the oxygen in the blood and they take away the blood, and the carbon dioxide which they exchange with the alveoli takes it back towards the trachea, and then it is pushed out of the body. So one more thing is there, that is there any pressure that helps it? Yes, there is. When we breathe, our lungs get we can say they get bigger. They try to take more and more oxygen, and the ribs move out. Our lungs are protected with a rib cage. So when we breathe, rib cage moves out, ribs, we can say it ribs, and lungs become bigger and bigger so that they can take more and more oxygen. And afterwards, the exchange of oxygen occurs. The rib starts moving insidewards. So after it goes insidewards, the lungs get pressure on themselves, and they also get insidewards, and the pressure is exerted on the air in which oxygen exchanged and carbon dioxide is mixed. So that due to that pressure, carbon dioxide gets out from the nose, like that mechanism, that tube, trachea, and from larynx, pharynx, it goes out. But there is one more support that divides the thoracic cavity from abdominal cavity, and that is called the diaphragm. It is a muscular partition between the thoracic cavity and abdominal cavity. So that partition, when we breathe, it goes down, and when the ribs go inside, it comes up and relaxes itself. That's why the pressure is exerted from downwards and from ribs. That's why the air goes out. So I think you may be happy to know about how we breathe. When we breathe, these all processes occur in one time. So in 1 minute we breathe about 18 to 20 times. An adult person breathe about 18 to 20 times in 1 minute, and a child about 10 to 12 years breathes about 10 to 15 times per minute. So meet you in the next session and we will discuss about the circulatory system. Okay, so meet you in the next session.